Good evening to Rodney Braid for this clash between Wales and Iceland. It's a Euro 2025 qualifier and both teams have started their campaigns strongly. Second against first in the table as we see both teams coming out now. And with me in the commentary booth this evening is Carnarvon midfielder and former Wales Under-21 international Mark Williams. How are you?
Good evening, Yolo. Looking forward to this one, certainly after that last-minute crucial goal to keep, Wales top of the group, and tonight's a really crucial qualifier, and hopefully they can continue that good form.
Well, let's see whether they can do that after we listen to the national anthems, beginning with Iceland.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Anaddiad yr anthem Cymru, o wal o canol ag angen oeddiwch o anthem. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Cymru. The red wall is over to you.
As always, and we now prepare for the game itself. As we mentioned earlier, both sides coming into this one in very good form. Wales are unbeaten in 3 at the beginning of this campaign, 2 draws and a victory over Lithuania. Iceland have won both of their clashes so far against Czech and Lithuania, and so sit top of the group at the moment. As we see Wales's team, there are 4 changes. Matthew Baker, Joe Lowe, Tom Davis and Charlie Savage all come in. There are 3 changes as well in the Icelandic team, including goalkeeper Adam Benediktsson, who comes in, as well as David Johansson and Isak Sigurðarson. Iceland, of course, the visitors who lead the group and are captained this evening by central midfielder Andri Baldursson, you see there. Charlie Savage in the picture. He's, of course, been capped by the Wales senior team recently and is one of 3 players in the starting 11 who have senior experience. Joe Lowe and Ruben Colwill, the others. And Matty Jones and Rob Page, the Under-21's manager and the senior manager, they've both spoken of that importance of players being able to move between those squads. And the referee in shot there, Anthony Badic from Bosnia. He'll be taking charge of proceedings this evening. Mark, what do you expect from Wales?
Well, like I said, I think that last-minute equaliser last time out, it just brings them for their first home qualifier now, full of confidence. They're undefeated. It'll be a tough evening, as you said. Iceland top of the group. But yeah, I expect the same as what we've seen in the first 3 qualifiers. But I'm looking forward to this one, Yolo.
Wales kick us off then, and they look to be in a familiar 5-3-2 formation as Iceland gets on the ball. Gudmundsson, the left back, tries to switch the ball. That's cut out by Tom Davis, who's starting for the Under-21s for the first time this evening. The left wing back challenging for the ball there. Strong header, strong challenge, too forceful by Joe Lowe, and it will be a free kick to Iceland. Lowe, who of course won his first Wales cap, his first Wales senior cap against Gibraltar last month, and is now again with the Under-21 team. Iceland lose possession. Lowe sets it for Hammond. It has to go back to Eddie Beach, the goalkeeper, who puts his foot through that, looking for Josh Thomas up front. Ball's won back by Hammond, and a chance for Luke Harris down the left. Possession is back in Iceland's hands, and the goalkeeper Benediktsson. It's not a best clearance. Colwill on the ball, and that was almost squeezed out towards Finn Stevens. Wales build from the back again then. Harris is bundled over, and that will be a free kick to Wales on the halfway line.
lively start, both teams, you know, a few crunching tackles early on, and I think, you know, Wales will just be looking to settle down now, getting a few passes in and settle into the game and get this home crowd on the side.
Ball's played down the channel. There's a run here for Josh Thomas, who's flagged offside. Colwill and Josh Thomas both made a movement towards the ball, and I think Thomas is the one who has been called off.
Does that really well, Josh Thomas. You know, a few games now we've watched him. He's got that raw pace, getting in behind. I think that'll cause some problems this evening.
Yeah, I think he slightly mistimed the run, but a promising phase of play for Wales there. Logie Robertson at the back for Iceland, had to turn in possession there. Here is Carlson, his centre-back partner. Back to Gudmundsson on the left. There's another Gudmundsson in midfield for Iceland today as well. Olafur Gudmundsson. Good pass in towards Ingerson, the danger man, and a cross does come in. Eddie Beach has to watch that one all the way. Safe hands from the Chelsea youngster. Owen Bevan plays that ball down that right channel again, looking for Colwill or Josh Thomas. Colwill's on the ball. Ruben Colwill sets it again for Bevan, and Wales build from the back. It's patient play at the moment from Matty Jones' side. Joe Lowe in no rush. Hammond, and it's back from Matt Baker to Beach, the goalkeeper.
Show really good confidence on the ball, the Wales team at the moment, just stringing a few passes, getting themselves into the game. It's a really nice surface out there as well tonight.
Yeah, Matt Baker, of course, will be very familiar with this surface. He plays here on loan for Newport County from Stoke. That was a wasteful pass from Charlie Savage, and the throw-in is conceded on the near side.
Just looking at the Iceland back four there, they're extremely high, and I'm sure we've spoke about that run from Josh Thomas. If he can time it, obviously just caught offside on the first one, but I think Cole will just look to play it again. I think it could be something they could execute as this game materialises.
Well, we've seen them twice try to play that ball down that right channel already. Like you said, Mark, I'm sure it's something they'll try to exploit if they can. Good turn here in midfield from Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson carries on with his run. Out it goes to Sigurðsson. And the cross does come in. It's a dangerous one, and it has to be headed behind by Tom Davis. He wasn't sure who was over his shoulder. And it was a good move by Iceland down the left-hand side.
Really good defending by Davis, obviously not to know what was behind him. He's dealt with that well. Obviously starting his first game tonight for the 21s. Just settles a few nerves.
Corner to be taken by Iceland on the far side. And the header does come in, but well over the bar. Nothing for Eddie Beach to be too worried about. You're mentioning Tom Davis there, the left wing back. He was on loan at Pontypridd last season from Cardiff, now with Kilmarnock.
So he was playing against the likes of us, and now he's playing Iceland tonight.
Look where you could have been, eh? Oh, it's a ball into the box, but too much weight on that from Ingerson. Hilmir Mikkelsen, the striker, was the intended target.
I think it just shows that as well, what the Welsh Prem can do in terms of getting experience, you know, getting yourselves back at your club, and certainly now he's in the Under-21 fold, which is great. And, you know, speaking of the club that we're at tonight, you know, you just look at players like Will Evans who've gone into the Football League and done great things.
Yeah, certainly that experience, I'm sure, holds him in good stead. And we've seen players like Ben Cabango, of course, who was also on loan at TNS and has plenty of senior team experience now. That's a wasteful ball, but it is kept in, and that's a lovely touch. Down the left, Wales go. Charlie Savage has Luke Harris in support. He doesn't use him, the cross comes in. It's not the best cross. And Iceland clear for now, but it was a lovely flick round that corner to set up the attack.
It was. An Iceland front four are actually playing really high, so they're almost enticing Wales to go on. If you want to play out, you're going to have to do something good, and it just shows that flick there. That's the type of football it's going to have to be tonight to get through the Iceland lines.
Bevan out to Colwill. Good turn by Colwill. Savage has to play it back though. Hammond with the ball forward. Josh Thomas is there. He's not offside this time. Cut back is intercepted, but Finn Stevens will have another go towards that back post. And the ball is cleared away eventually by Iceland. It's another forceful challenge by Joe Lowe and another free kick conceded.
Again there, Yolo, it's that ball again just in behind the left centre half. Certainly think it's been spoken about before. Kick-off, that's 3 times in the first 8 minutes or so. And Josh Thomas, he's lively on the shoulder, and I think that's where Wales could get in tonight.
Evans' header to intercept. Lowe heads it on. Charlie Savage pokes it forward. Ollie Hammond brings it under control. And Wales play it out to the tight corner. Back to Eddie Beach, the goalkeeper, who's come on a wonder to the edge of his box. 10 minutes gone then, and Wales look fairly comfortable so far.
Yeah, I'd say, you know, getting their passes in, looking comfortable in possession. I'd say just looking at threat on the counter here as well.
It's another searching ball forward, and then Hammond's pass didn't quite have the weight needed. And the clearance eventually from Benedictson, the goalkeeper. Bevan, let's be careful there. Davis eventually gets the ball clear. Wales perhaps need to try and keep hold of the ball a little bit more in those situations. Back it goes to Goodmanson, the left back. Carlson gets the ball back. Goodmanson looks for support. It's Sigurd Geirsson on the left wing for Iceland this evening. And they switch it from side to side. It's the visitors' turn to enjoy some possession. Now it goes to Val Geirsson, the right back. It's a searching ball that Joe Lowe has to deal with. And Lowe eventually has to put it out for a throw. Pressure there from Iceland to force the clearance. Matty Jones, what will he make of the opening 12 minutes, do you think?
It's almost like chess out there, isn't it? They're just finding their feet. You know, both teams have actually started really well in terms of passing the ball, keeping possession. But there's not many spaces to exploit just yet.
Isak Sigurgeirsson on the left-hand side. And the ball is played back by Iceland eventually. In towards the middle, Joe Lowe deals with that one, but asks too much of Charlie Savage. However, it is a Wales throw on that far side. And the man you see on your screen there is David Jonasson, the Iceland manager. Who I'm sure will also be fairly pleased with how his team has started. Colwill on the ball, showing his strength. Hammond plays it back to Owen Bevan. Joe Lowe concedes possession. There's a chance for an Iceland counter-attack, but good pressure there from Charlie Savage to force the ball backwards, and Wales can regroup. Linur Carlson, the centre-back, on the ball now. Slows things down and waits for the right pass. Good touch by Gudmundsson. Out it goes to Sigurgeirsson. Gudmundsson shapes for a shot. It's blocked. And back it goes for the visitors. Valgeirsson plays that down the right and does win a corner. David Johansson was the player putting pressure on Joe Lowe. On Matt Baker.
Second corner for Iceland now. Just slowly getting into the game, aren't they, Yolo? Stringing a few passes together. Wales don't want to sit back too much. Granted, it's not been threatening so far. It's just getting them into the game.
Well, they managed to find an Iceland head from the first corner. Can they do the same from this one? They can, and it's flown all the way to the back post. The ball's still alive, and Beach shields that one out for a goal kick. Well, again, a dangerous corner in there.
It was. For a moment I thought it was an easy back stick from 2 yards out. Luckily for Wales, it went in the other direction. But it's a little let off that. Just got to be careful. As I said, it just looks like Iceland are getting into the game, building that confidence.
Yeah, twice those corners into that front post have been met by an Iceland head. Wales need to be wary of that. Need to be wary of giving away possession as well. Iceland have the ball again. Back it goes to Carlson, the centre-back. There is some pressure here from Colwill and Josh Thomas. Charlie Savage concedes the foul, and he's not happy about that. He feels he won that one fairly. The referee, Antoni Bandic, disagrees. Well, he is grabbing hold of Kristall Ingesson there. There's another familiar face, Robbie Savage, Charlie's father. He's seen plenty of meatier tackles than that, I'm sure, in his time.
He did half of them, didn't he?
Bevan looks for support here and eventually wins the free kick. Isak Sigurgeirsson had too much of a hold on him there. Bevan's ball towards Josh Thomas, one in the air. And Iceland play out here. David Johansson opts to play it back to centre-backs. There's a searching ball over Finn Stevens' head, but Stevens will watch that one out. Finn Stevens is, incidentally, the most experienced player in this team when it comes to under-21 caps. Anyway, 14 appearances for this age grade side. I think you may be familiar with the record holder at this level, Sean McDonald.
I was about to say, is it Sean McDonald? Yeah, great player, Sean. Actually, a few weeks ago played against him, which was interesting. Many years on now from our 21 days. But yeah, Carnarvon v Penabon. No, really good footballer, and one probably that I thought could have probably gone on and made more appearances for the senior squad, but you know, he was brilliant for the 21s and a good lad as well. Are you going to tell me how many caps he got?
I will when I dig out the numbers. I think it was something like 29, high 20s. So it's an Iceland throw-in on this near side. Olafur Gudmundsson. It's a good one to find Sigurd Geirsson. Ball is out to the right and crossed into that far post. The header into the middle. Still alive. Great touch there, and a wild effort by Kristall Ingerson. He set himself up nicely but couldn't quite wrap his foot around it.
It's another let-off, isn't it? And I just looking out there at the minute, I think Wales are playing relatively a little bit deep. We've got a back five almost in a line, and they've just got to get up that pitch a little bit. You can see the Iceland back line on the halfway line, and at the moment all the action's in, unfortunately, the Wales half.
Ollie Hammond keeping hold of the ball. Owen Bevan is lacking in options though. Charlie Savage comes to his rescue and plays a lovely ball out to the left. And Tom Davis tries to flick on, but doesn't quite get a hold of it. After a promising start, it does seem to feel like the momentum shifted towards Iceland. We've certainly been putting more pressure in the Wales half than Matty Jones would like to see, I'm sure. Baker plays it back to Ed Beach, the goalkeeper. That's going to have to be kept in by Finn Stevens, who does well and plays a dangerous ball, but in between Josh Thomas and Ruben Colwell, didn't quite land nicely for either of the two. Sigurd Geirsson. Back it goes to Gudmundsson. And the captain, Baldursson, now switches play to the right for Iceland. It's a throw-in on the far side. Eddie Beach there. Here's a youngster for Chelsea. He's played 4 times for the under-21s and has played every minute of this campaign so far. As we see Iceland again playing patiently from the back. Wales front three are happy enough for them to have possession there. Carlson now with the long ball looking for Val Geirsson, the right back. One in the air and kept in. Josh Thomas flicks on the header, and with no support. He'll be glad to hear that whistle, which gives a free kick to Wales. A little bit of a shove there, perhaps, on Josh Thomas. Ed Beach is out at the edge of his penalty area again, trying to offer an option as the ball gets played down the right towards Finn Stevens. Finn Stevens still putting pressure, and Wales do win it back in midfield. Charlie Savage turns one way and the other. Ollie Hammond now puts his foot on the ball and asks for some movement. He needs options. Charlie Savage plays it across to Baker, and it's back with Joe Lowe in the centre of that defence. Lowe's ball, well controlled by Hammond. Lovely turn by Ruben Colwill. Ollie Hammond gives it back to him. Charlie Savage with the simple pass to Matt Baker.
Starting to have an influence on the game. Ollie Hammond, lots of touches, lots of nice passing. He's looking to try and make something happen. He looks a really good footballer in the centre of the park. And I think when you look at him and Savage together, that could be the catalyst to, you know, that creativity to try and get, you know, the edge in this game, because it's almost like a stalemate at the minute.
Yeah, both sides struggling to perhaps find that ball to penetrate the midfield. Ruben Colwill tries something different and spreads the play, but it's won by Val Geirson. And there's now a foul on Tom Davis, which means a Wales free kick. Val Geirson just a little bit too keen there to regain possession. Hammond, good ball out to Finn Stevens, the captain. Finn Stevens then tries that diagonal ball. It's cut out, and Hammond can't quite control it, but the ball is back in Welsh possession.
Just a couple of times that almost 40-yard diagonal, isn't it? And I think it's just getting played a little bit too soon. You know, it's a few more passes maybe to get the Iceland wing back on this side, and then that passes on. But at the minute, it's almost just being, you know, almost hoofed across.
Lowe tries another ball down the right. Finn Stevens, his touch is too heavy, but it does concede a throw-in rather than a goal kick. So a chance for Wales to put maybe a little bit of pressure further up the field. And they do win a throw out of it. It was sloppy play by Iceland. Stevens to Colwill. Hammond into Josh Thomas, and Thomas couldn't quite control it. It's not the best clearance from the goalkeeper, Benedictson. Wales start again from the back. Lowe's pass is helped on beautifully by Colwill. Cross in by Finn Stevens. Does win a corner. It was a dangerous whipped ball that had to be put behind by the Iceland defence.
That's better from Wales, I think. When you get Finn Stevens certainly down this right, getting up in an attacking area, he's a threat, and he's got really good delivery, as we've seen throughout most qualifiers that we watched.
Tom Davis and Luke Harris over this ball. Looks like Tom Davis will whip it in. Headed clear, and Savage will have a go. Ollie Hammond gives it back. Davis into the back post, and it's in by Joe Lowe, towering above the Icelandic defence at the far post. His third goal for the Wales under-21s in 4 games. He's a centre-back who knows where the back of the net is.
I was going to say, Yolo is a threat from set pieces. It wasn't actually the set piece that caused the problem. It's a great ball back in on his debut there from Tom Davis, and what a header. As you said, 3 and 4, certainly a better record than I had as a striker, and he really enjoyed that one.
Well, he has actually scored 3 and 12 for Wycombe in League 2 this year, so he does know how to find the net at club and international level, it seems. Lovely ball into that far post area, and you're not going to beat Joe Lowe from there to the ball. Delight for Wales. And after half an hour played, or almost half an hour played, they are 1-0 up.
I think that'll just settle the nerves now. The first home game, you know, you want to get off to a good start. They've done well in the qualifiers, and I think now you'll just see a different Wales, probably a little bit more confident. Just before the goal there, your likes of Hammond and Savage getting on the ball.
Well, there's a chance here again for Wales. Harris's efforts, and Colwell fires wide at the second attempt. Almost the second goal in as many minutes.
There's always a threat, Colwell. We've seen it in previous games. Just caught a bit of the edge of it. Probably be a little bit disappointed with the quality that he's got. Certainly a technically gifted player.
Well, interestingly, we've seen the centre-back Hulnur Karlsson take the goal kick there for Iceland, as the referee, Anthony Bandic, tells Ollie Hammond to move away, let Iceland take their free kick. Well, suddenly there seems to be a little bit more urgency in Iceland's play. Out to Sigurd Geirsson on the left. Good feet here from Gudmundsson. It's into the middle. And bounces kindly for Tom Davis. It's not the best clearance, but it will do. Geirsson with the throw. Laid off by Mikkelsen. And it will be another throw for the visitors. That back heel doesn't find an Icelandic player, and there's a chance here for Finn Stevens to stretch his legs down the right for Wales. It's a lovely ball into Luke Harris, and Harris couldn't quite control it.
Just spoke about
well
that.
Spotted by Finn Stevens, but
we spoke about that diag, and if you just seen the Iceland defender was slightly across, which created the gap, the space for Luke Harris. And a great pass again. That delivery that we spoke about, he's a real outlet on this right-hand side.
Yeah, it was a fantastic pass by Finn Stevens. Luke Harris, we haven't seen much of him in this first half. And he'll possibly be disappointed that he couldn't make more out of that chance. Good ball down the right here for Iceland. There's a cross into the middle, and it runs behind Kristall Ingesson, who's frustrated. And lets off for Wales there.
Good covering from Finn Stevens. He's on the attack 1 minute, and next he's in his own box.
Well, it's what they ask of modern day wing backs, isn't it? Up and down all game.
Yeah, in every game I've watched, Finn Stevens has done that. Normally it would be Owen Beck on the other side again, who plays very similar, but Davis has settled in nicely to the game. His first appearance, obviously he'll be delighted with the assist, and he's defending well as well on the left-hand side.
It's a counter-attack here. An opportunity for Josh Thomas to put pressure.
Chance.
And Iceland now play that ball and lose it.
Just got to be careful, Wales, with them gaps appearing in the centre of the park. We see it again now.
It's another whipped cross that Ed Beach doesn't reach. Nobody in the middle got a foot on it either. Hammond stretches to give it back to the goalkeeper. And again, the Welsh defence, there are questions being posed of them with these crosses. Perhaps they aren't quite answering convincingly yet.
Just shows that Iceland is still a threat. They're still in the game. We've got some lively players going forward. And Wales just have to tighten that back line up.
Ollie Hammond here has dropped into that back line to keep possession moving. Low was turned and wins that free kick, but he's walking a tightrope there, trying to beat Andrew Balderson. Balderson just a little bit too keen and catches Low.
With tricks like that and his goal scoring record, he might end up a striker.
Colwell, the header down to Ollie Hammond. Pass didn't quite find Stevens. There's no handball there in the attempted clearance by Oliver Goodmanson. There's now an offside flag against Josh Thomas.
Don't think his hand was in a natural position there, was it?
Well, to be fair, I don't think he was expecting to clear it onto his own arm, but he gets away with that one. Here we see it again. The offside decision against Josh Thomas. He's just off, I think. Logie Robertson, the centre-back. It's a good ball in. And there is a cross. It's turned into the back of the net by Hilmir Mikkelsen. But there's handball. It will be disallowed. And there's a booking for the striker. Well, Kristall Ingerson is furious with the referee here. We'll have to see this one again. It's a great ball in, but has it been turned in with the arm? It seems to be a shoulder. Whether that's the arm, I'm not sure. Ingerson in the middle. He leans towards it. Is that an arm? Is that a shoulder?
I think it's difficult from that angle to see. Initially, from where we were, I thought, has he handled it? But I think on the replay, it could be slightly harsh on the Iceland player. He looked disappointed.
He certainly wasn't happy with that decision, and from the replay, it's still quite hard to tell whether that's an arm or a shoulder.
It's really difficult because I think his momentum of his body, the way he leaned into it, I can see why the ref, from the angle that he had, that he's given it, but on reflection and looking at the replay, it does look slightly unfortunate for Iceland.
Another escape for Wales then. They have rode their luck at times in this first half. And again, it was just another searching ball into the box, wasn't it, that they weren't able to deal with.
Down the right-hand side, another good cross. And it just shows, again, that threat that they've got. They almost seem to have just turned it on a little bit since the goal.
will be another throw-in for Wales on this near side.
Just looking at a change, I think. I'm not sure if Matty Jones has shouted anything on. Harris has just come more central now, which has left a gaping hole, certainly on the right-hand side for Iceland going forward. Obviously, there seems to be a couple of problems down there, but Harris has come in. You know, he started on the left of the front three, and he just looks a little bit more narrow at the moment.
There is Matt Jones, the manager. He'll be pleased with the scoreline. And he'll be pleased if Josh Thomas can do something from here. Good turn from Thomas. The effort's deflected. Still alive for Wales. Charlie Savage keeps it in play. Luke Harris plays it on. Bevan to Ollie Hammond. Hammond looks for that pass to Ruben Caldwell, and there's a chance here for Ingerson, who spreads it out to David Johansson. Johansson's felled, and it will be a free kick.
Here we go. Oh, there's the foul again.
Pulled back there, I think, by Matt Baker.
Again, it's just down that right-hand side. It almost seems an outlet for Iceland. They're exploiting it quite well.
Andrew Baldursson, the captain, will put this one into the box. It's not dealt with at the first opportunity, and so it will be a corner. Ed Beach seemed to leave that one, thinking it was a goal kick. Maybe a little bit frustrated by that. Iceland corner on this near side then. And there's some tussling in the box. There'll be a yellow card shown here to Joe Lowe. Well, what's going on here then? There's discussions with the referee. There's a yellow card been shown to Joe Lowe, but for an off-the-ball incident.
Not quite sure what he's done there. If it's a foul in the box, but he's retaken the corner.
Well, it will be another corner rather than a penalty. We'll have to see that one again. Into the box it goes. Another dangerous corner. It's headed clear by Josh Thomas for now. Valgerson tries to find a teammate in the box again. And out by Owen Bevan. Baldursson to Sigurd Geirsson. Sigurd Geirsson showing some good feet here. He's still going. He's past Finn Stevens and then goes down. And the referee is unconvinced and points for a goal kick. Good feet here by Sigurd Geirsson, but he seems to see the penalty area approaching and feel that was the time to tumble. It'll be interesting to see what happened with Joe Lowe again, because he's been booked for an incident in the box, but it's not a penalty. It's an odd one.
I'm not quite sure whether he said something to the referee, which it didn't look like, because they were setting up for a corner, so it looked like it was a tussle. So if he's done something within the box, you'd think he'd point to the spot. But thankfully, again for Wales, a slight let off. And like you say, it would be interesting to see what that booking was for.
Ollie Hammond back to Lowe, the goal scorer. Bevan has Finn Stevens. And Finn Stevens does well to turn past the defender. He's still going. Finn Stevens out to Ruben Colwill. Colwill gets the cross into the back post. Headed clear very well by David Johansson. He had to be there for Iceland. With the Welsh shirts lurking at the back post once again.
Really good feet from Colwill. Great cross.
Stevens with the first time ball to Colwill. And Colwill just tries to turn past. He does win the throw off Isaac Sigurgeirsson. Stevens looking for Colwill and finds him, but there's a free kick to Iceland. A knock to the head.
It's really important now Wales keep their concentration. A couple of minutes till the half-time. Matty Jones will be pleased to go in with a 1-0 lead.
Well, it's a clash of heads between two Iceland players there. Accidental, of course, but when it happens...
It's a cold night here at Rodney Parade.
Yeah, and that won't help. He'll be feeling that, I'm sure. Fans have wrapped up warm to come and watch today, this evening in Newport. And it is, of course, the first time that they've been able to come and watch the Wales Under-21s team in this campaign. They started with 3 away games, which is a tough ask, really, at the start of any qualifying campaign. So the fact that they've come out of those unbeaten and are now leading, I'm sure they'll be happy with how things are going. As we see the goal once again. Ball in from Tom Davis, and Joe Lowe just towering above everyone on that back post. We'll have 3 minutes of added on time at the end of the first half then, as Wales look to protect that 1-0 lead going into the break. Baker across the defence to Bevan. Finn Stevens to Ollie Hammond. Wales just looking to protect possession. Matt Baker plays that ball to no one in a red shirt. There'll be a chance for Iceland to counter-attack. Finn Stevens gets his foot on that, but an opportunity is still there for Ingerson. And confusion between the two Iceland players there means Wales clear their lines and win a free kick up the pitch. Josh Thomas being pulled back.
Nuisance to play against Josh Thomas. He's always on the move, he's always tussling, always battling.
Yeah, Logie Robinson didn't fancy that foot race by the look of it. He had to challenge Josh Thomas for the ball before he could wriggle free.
Just again before that, another incident, Iceland on the attack, some good football. I think both strikers ended up leaving it for the other one, but it just shows they've got that threat, and I'm sure Matty Jones will talk about that at half-time.
Good header by Finn Stevens. It's forward to Josh Thomas. There is an opportunity. Great defending by Hulnur Karlsson, who slides in there and prevents Thomas.
Just on that shoulder again. He's caused problems on this shoulder all night. It's a great header from Finn Stevens. I just think he's taken that extra second just there. That split second, it just allowed the defender to get back in and get the block.
Thomas will be frustrated there, I'm sure. It's probably the best opening he's had in this first half. Corner comes in from Harris. Out towards Hammond, who catches it on the half volley. Didn't quite get there in time. And it bobbled up unkindly for him.
It's not an easy one, that, for Ollie Hammond on the edge of the box. Joe Lowe looking for his second there. And unfortunate for Hammond, he's had a really good first half. Dictated the play, him and Savage in the middle. Just shows Wales can cause problems when they keep that ball moving. They've played some good stuff. And there's the half-time whistle.
Half-time then, and Wales lead by a goal to nil. That man, Joe Lowe, with the only goal of the game, his towering header, put Matty Jones's men in front. There was a disallowed goal by Kristall Ingerson for Iceland. He's still shaking his head as he walks off the pitch. Disallowed for handball, which he'll disagree with. But at the break, it's 1-0 Wales. Join us again for the second half.
Registered ESZ6913, ESZ6913, please return your card as well as your lighter. It's a black Highland light on the car park, ESZ6913, left lighter. Get well. Company manager Rob Hayes recently returned to his roots as he visited the latest Company Football Foundation investment in his hometown of Stirling and Rhondda. In collaboration with Rhondda Penalty Council, the CFF invested into the site at Down Park to boost playing opportunities in the area, particularly for girls and young women. The investment in the deal takes the total CFF investment in fit for future facilities to over £9 million in the next 12 months. And to support the UK government and sport league. Take a look at this on the big screen.
So really nice and great investment, absolutely. It's a game changer for the Rhondda Tennis app, for football in the area, and there's lots of team boys and girls who will benefit from having that this facility.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to be here today to see a community absolutely thriving by having a facility right in the heart of purchase and investment. I think we've invested over 70k today. We've also hit the marks from the CFF and the impact of the plan, which has been huge. We've invested over £9.2 million, £4 million of which has come from the FA tax qualification last year. And we're extremely optimistic about what the future holds and the investment that we will continue to make in football. Well, as chair of the trustees, it's an absolute pleasure to work with the team and work really hard and really good sound decisions that are not only going to impact Welsh football but the wider community, addressing needs and inequalities. And I think we're really starting to make some change in the world as well.
We're all girls playing football, we're all young boys playing football, so to do that we have to pull together. To get the funding, to be able to put facilities like this, with a change in certain areas, we've never like that in my day. We've got football cabins and really pleasant experience and wanted to show them changes. So that's a game changer. You know, grass pitches can only have so many teams on it. So by having this now, you can have as many teams as you want through the day. And I'm really doing so institutions about, you know, even the school hours they come up and using it in the afternoon. And then you've got the program through the evening, like until 9 o'clock. So it's brilliant. The more kids keeping active, not just from physical point of view, mental health and being around their friends and throughout the winter now as well. So it's incredible. Great achievement.
Find out more by visiting cff.company or following @company FDN on social media. Football in Wales is now easier to follow than now. The Company Football app helps you to follow and support your favourite teams, leagues and players all in one place. The app features include live match updates and alerts so you never miss a goal or a game. The inbuilt map feature also allows you to view every fixture happening in Wales over a selected day, giving you a choice of games to watch in your local area, whether in north, south, east or west Wales. To keep up with the latest news and views on Welsh football and the coming years, download the app today. Incidentally, the Westbrook Services round 2 fixtures have been announced. Cambrian and Kenneth Vale will play Caerau Ely, Point Gower Town versus Britain Ferry Cansawel. Alfred AFC will play Carn Town, and Avon Lido versus Danetty. In the north, Flint Town United will play Denby Town, Prestatyn Town will play Ripon Town, Gelsiod versus Mull Alexandra, and Llanidloes Town versus Llandudno. Diolch yn fawr. So crossing only the welcome, please welcome back our visitors, Iceland.
Well, welcome back to the second half here at Rodney Parade between Wales and Iceland. Euro Under-21 Championships qualifier. And Wales are ahead by a 1-0 following that first half header from Joe Lowe, which puts them in a good position, which would put them top of the group if they hold on to this result. What would have been the message from Matty Jones at the break?
I think it would have been a case of just tightening up them shores at the back. I think just a little bit too open. We've seen the threat from Iceland 2 or 3 times, certainly from set pieces. But certainly in terms of going forward, continue being that attacking threat. Just see Josh Thomas there again. That running behind has kept the ball for Wales.
No changes at the break then, as we see Colwill battling for the ball. Ruben Colwill, and then concedes the foul. Colwill, of course, by far the most experienced player in this Wales Under-21 squad. He has 8 caps for the senior side, and the rest of the team have 2 put together.
Interesting watching Colwill. I always feel when he's on the ball, he's lively, he makes things happen. But as you say there, he's the most experienced in terms of this level. But he's been out of the senior squad now for quite a while, and you know, is that part of the development? You know, is he achieving, or is he performing the way Rob Page would like him to perform? You know, certainly when he's on the ball, he's effective. Is it a case of just getting him more on the ball and making sure he plays, you know, pivotal roles, certainly for the 21 squad?
Well, yeah, there's been plenty of praise, I think, from Matty Jones and Rob Page for his attitude and his willingness to come back to the Under-21s and get minutes under his belt. You know, how important is that, you know, when it was your time in the Under-21s as well, when you saw players playing for the seniors and the Under-21s and bringing that experience back as well?
It's really important to me. You see it tonight, Charlie Savage just on the attack here now. Charlie Savage obviously making his senior debut last month, absolutely brilliant in the race course, and then tonight he comes back again, and it keeps your feet on the ground, but also it shows that there is a pathway through to the first team, and it makes every player think, they work hard, if they've got the right attitude, if they're performing well, they will be rewarded by Rob Page.
Iceland get their first corner of the second half. It's whipped in dangerously again. Good header away by Joe Lowe. And pressure from Josh Thomas forces that all the way back to Adam Benedictson, the goalkeeper. It's a lofted ball, one in the air by Finn Stevens.
The problem my 21 squad had is Toshak wanted to take everyone. I think it was Ramsey, it was Bale, it was Allen. It was like, you know, there's such a good contingent of players, and you know, watching them come through and go on and do great things for Welsh football just shows, doesn't it, the work Brian Flynn did with Toshak originally. And yeah, when you watch things like Euro 2016, just like that hard work pays off, and it starts here on nights like tonight, and you're watching thinking who's going to be the next star out there that's going to, you know, go and grace the senior squad and yeah, be a household name in Wales.
Well, to be fair to you, Mark, that was a pretty special generation of players that you were playing with. As we see that cross come in, it's another dangerous cross that has to be cleared out for a corner. Finn Stevens puts it out in the end, but again it's whipped in dangerously towards Hilmir Mikkelsen, the striker. As we see that one again, Mikkelsen just gets his head on it, but not enough contact.
Certainly looks like we're the most threatening out wide, or certainly from set pieces. They've got good delivery, and we're just going to watch this one come in now.
It's the back post it goes this time, back into the middle. And Ruben Caldwell helps it away.
The one worry I would have, every certainly set piece, I think Iceland have won that first header. Wales needs to be a little bit tighter with these set pieces against.
We see the manager there, David Jonasson. What will he be looking to change, do you think? Or do you think Iceland looking threatening, more of the same?
Yeah, I think so. I think at half time, I think he would have been disappointed with the disallowed goal. Certainly two or three moments, headers in the first half. I think a bit more of the same, but just a bit more clinical in that final third from an Iceland point of view.
There's an acrobatic header out there from Adam Benedictson, the Iceland goalkeeper. And it's a free kick chance for Iceland now to clear their lines. Lovely lofted ball to the right back, Valgeirsson. Control from Egert Gudmundsson. Out it goes to the left, where we've seen Sigurd Geirsson cause problems. Iceland concede possession now. There's space for Luke Harris in the centre circle. Support in the shape of Tom Davis. I think Harris thought that Davis was going to continue that run. And it's almost a mistake from the goalkeeper, Benedictson.
There he is, Josh Thomas again, working really hard. Great work initially from Colwell in the centre of the park, doing the ugly stuff. And as a striker, you know, you want to score goals, you want to be creative, but, you know, every game I watch Colwell, as you said, they praise his attitude, and rightly so. You know, he works as hard as anyone on that pitch and for the team.
Iceland play that one down the left. It's looking towards Kristall Ingersson. And Ingersson and Sigurd Geirsson looking to combine down that left for the visitors. It's a chipped ball into the box. And the knockdown didn't quite work for Iceland, but again they're finding ways of crossing it in and causing problems, certainly asking questions of that Welsh defence, as the captain Baldursson looks for the gap. Out it goes to Gudmundsson. Sigurd Geirsson looking for the opportunity to cross. And Finn Stevens half clears it. Ruben Colwill battles for possession and wins the throw. Well, Finn Stevens is currently on loan at Oxford United in League One, and they're having a good season. It's good to see them go out and get some minutes. He's on loan from Brentford. Luke Harris now on the ball, the Fulham attacker. Out to Tom Davis, good whip ball in. Colwill at the far post. And it's cleared out for a corner.
Good play by Harris initially to get it out to Davis. Another great ball in. Obviously the assist from the first half. He's got a lovely left foot. And Colwill unlucky there. Better from Wales.
Yeah, Colwill took that first time. I'm not sure if it was on target, but he's got a corner out of it anyway. And we know that Wales can pose an aerial threat, including Ruben Colwill himself, of course, one of the tallest players on the pitch. Joe Lowe is also up again. And the header at the front post, well, that was not convincing at all from David Johansson. He almost put it in his own net. Certainly not what he was trying to do. Wales take it short. And the flick-on header from Colwill is an easy one for Benedictson, the goalkeeper. Straight down his throat. Pressure from Charlie Savage, but doesn't win possession. Baldursson spreads it to Egart Gudmundsson. Isak Sigurðsson. He's looking for the return ball. It's not quite cleared by Wales yet. Into the middle towards Ingerson.
Great tackle.
It's a strong tackle. But again, come Iceland. That ball into the far post. And there's a push in the back there from Hilmir Mikkelsen. You can see it clearly from where we are. And the goalkeeper. Yeah, there's a push there on Matt Baker from Mikkelsen. We can see the goalkeeper, Ed Beach, there. He's down and looking a little bit uncomfortable. He'll need some treatment by the looks of it. Well, Beach has been an ever-present in this Wales Under-21s team so far this campaign. He's played all 3 games. They've drawn against Denmark, beaten Lithuania, and then drawn against the Czech Republic. It will be a shame if he has to leave the field. But the Chelsea youngster is looking uncomfortable. He's back on his feet and hobbling. It looks like he will continue for now.
Just watching the Wales players in that interval there all go over to the side of Matty Jones. Certainly some instructions being passed on. Such a crucial part of the game now, isn't it? Next goal's huge for either side, and you know, 3 points tonight for Wales, what it would do to this group, and certainly for the confidence going into Monday's game.
Tom Davis plays the long ball looking for Josh Thomas. And it's a foul by Josh Thomas, says the referee. He challenged unfairly with Logie Robertson. his arm is up and catches Robertson in the face, I think. Accidental, but a free kick nonetheless. Great feet down the left from Sigurd Geirsson. And it's into the middle, Mikkelsen. Great block. Fantastic block from Owen Bevan.
Second time in a couple of minutes. Great defending. Some more good play from Iceland going forward. This through ball here, great little touch, but both players coming round. I think that Bevan and Baker there together.
It might be Baker who gets the touch. Corner comes in. And it's a goal kick.
It's just showing Iceland are a threat. Certainly in their wide flanks. Whether that's whipping in the ball or you're just in there a little bit more direct, running at the centre of Wales's defence.
Another short goal kick from Wales. Baker finds Hammond. Colwell gets clattered in the back. And Ruben Colwell gets the free kick. He's asking why Logie Robertson, the centre-back, is also still down. It did seem like it was Robertson over Colwell's back. Whether he gets caught in the face in the challenge. Well, he's back on his feet now anyway.
Yeah, it's a push on Colwell.
Baker trying to spread that ball. It falls nicely for Finn Stevens. Cross into the middle. Oh. And there's a foul against Josh Thomas. Well, Josh Thomas thought he doubled Wales' advantage there. Okay. Another foul. Again by Thomas. And he hasn't had the best 30 seconds there. I think he thought he'd doubled Wales' advantage. Charlie Savage wins possession back. Ollie Hammond finds Tom Davis on the left. Davis sets it carefully to Matt Baker. Joe Lowe under pressure. Savage does well. Tom Davis again protecting the ball well. Ollie Hammond now to Charlie Savage. And Savage sees another darting run from Josh Thomas. Doesn't quite find him. Baker, great ball in to Luke Harris. Out it goes to Finn Stevens. First time effort to Colwell on the edge of the box. Colwell can't quite find room to shoot. Now he does. It's deflected back out to him. And Hammond lays it back to his defence. Well, Colwell was just trying to squeeze a shot through the gap.
Build-up play through that, Yolo, was brilliant. Just watching each player in Wales there. It's one, it's two-touch passing. They're moving the ball really well. And they're all comfortable, you know, in possession. Again, Ollie Hammond winning all them balls. It's a great ball in.
Stevens with that cross.
Here again, Ollie.
Wales lose possession in the middle of the field. No foul there on David Johansson. Josh Thomas tries to turn his man. And the goalkeeper and Josh Thomas clash. Josh Thomas did try to go for the ball there. He has caught the goalkeeper, Adam Benedictson. He's got his hands up. I don't think it was intentional at all. The ball was there to be won, but he has caught the goalkeeper. And that will be one foul too many. The referee goes into his pocket and gets a red card out. Josh Thomas has been sent off for that challenge. He can't believe it. I don't think the Wales players are happy either. The goalkeeper, Adam Benedictson, is down and in some discomfort. It was a nasty looking clash, but he certainly tries to go for the ball. If we watch it back again, he's turned the defender there, he's going for it. And the goalkeeper does get there first. He catches him in the head, doesn't he? It doesn't look good. He does try to go for the ball, but as we see it again, a knee into the face. It's a nasty one.
It's just difficult. I mean, as a striker myself, and constantly the arguments there, do you want the keeper just to come and claim it and not challenge? So I do feel for Thomas, but it does look, you know, a little bit nasty. I think it's just the knee that's followed through and caught his head, but he has just put the foot out to try and win the ball. And it's difficult. He's that type of player. You know, he's got that tenacity. He's going to chase things down. I always feel things like that are difficult.
Well, let's hope the goalkeeper, Adam Benedictson, is okay. As we see the disallowed goal for Wales. Ball comes in. Josh Thomas, he looks like possibly he's climbing over the defender. That's probably why the foul was given. It certainly hasn't been a good 5 minutes or so for Josh Thomas. That disallowed goal and then the red card. And Wales will have to play the last half an hour or so with 10 men. It's a lovely ball from Finn Stevens into the middle. But you can see Josh Thomas's hands on the defender's shoulder. That's probably why it's been given. And Wales manager Matty Jones now has some thinking to do. Will Wales change anything following that red card? There's a substitute preparing to come on for Iceland as well. And coming on there is Daniel Jurek.
Substitution for Iceland leaving the field is number 11, Isaac Sigurd.
Leaving the field, Isaac Sigurd Geirsson, who's been quite a threat down that left-hand side for Iceland. His evening's over, and he will be replaced by Daniel Jurek.
Wales bench, it just looks like Matty Jones has given some instructions to one of the players. I think you might see a change shortly. Potentially a Harris or a Colwell might have to be sacrificed and just shore up that midfield. Play with just the one lone striker.
Well, you'd think of those two. Colwell is perhaps more suited to just dropping in for now into that midfield role. And the goalkeeper, Adam Benedictson, looks like he's also leaving the field. That will be a straight swap then for the goalkeeper on the bench, Olafur Helgason.
The goalkeeper number 12, Adam Benedictson, and in his place will be number 1, Olafur Helgason.
Yeah, obviously the keeper recovers well. Like I said, I think there's no malicious intent from Thomas. He's chasing a ball down. It happens all the time. It probably looks worse personally than I think it was. You can't take that out of a footballer. You know, that eagerness to go and make things happen and get stuck in.
Well,
disappointing for him. Disappointing for Wales now. They're going to have to regroup. It's a long 25 minutes now. And unfortunately, Yola, what I think was an evenly poised game, a good football match. You know, certainly Iceland trying to break Wales down, Wales on the counter. You know, I hope it doesn't just become one-sided now.
Well, yeah, there's always a possibility of that, of course. Wales have a lead to protect, so they won't be taking too many risks, you'd imagine. There's a slip there from Eddie Beach as he takes the goal kick. Wales recover. And the new man in goal, Ólafur Helgason for Iceland, gets his first touch of the ball. Down the left it goes towards Egert Gudmundsson. It's a searching ball into the box, and Joe Lowe, I think, was looking for that foul, which he gets. It's a risky one when you're trying to shield a ball like that, isn't it?
It is. Defenders these days are more inclined to keep the ball in play, try and either get the free kick or keep possession, opposed to the old-fashioned centre-half of kicking it out.
A striker such as yourself would be snapping on his heels, ready to nick the ball off them, I'm sure.
I'd be doing what Josh Thomas does.
Colwell's the target of that long pass. Tom Davis concedes the foul. Hands over the shoulder, perhaps. It's a soft one, but gets given Iceland's way. Stevens regains possession for Wales. Charlie Savage looks for the long pass to Ruben Colwell.
Just got to be careful with that, you know. Colwell's up front on his own, the long pass there, and if it doesn't quite make it to Colwell, the ball's coming straight back. You know, so important we now keep possession of the ball, as difficult as that can be with 10 men.
Oh, I know he's a tall lad, but Ruben Colwell, the target man, doesn't quite roll off the tongue. And that pass is overhit, which will be another goal kick for Wales. Do you think Matthew Jones will be looking to make any changes, or is he happy to keep the shape for now? There's a booking here for the goalkeeper, Eddie Beach, for time wasting by the looks of it.
At the moment, I think he's happy. He's moved Colwell up a little bit higher. He has spoke to a couple of players on the bench, so potentially there could be a change imminent. Not sure that's a yellow card for
It's an interception here from Luke Harris. Harris is waiting for the support. He might need to go himself. The cross comes in at the second attempt and squirts into the hands of Ólafur Helgason, the goalkeeper. Well, Harris was having to do most of that himself there. Didn't really have many options. Iceland now spread the play to the left-hand side. It was a lovely touch. Squeezed out for the time being was Juric. Lovely play again through the middle. Out it goes, and the cross comes in again. Wales don't quite deal with it at the first attempt. Hammond clears eventually. Tom Davis with his foot through that.
Solid debut for Davis tonight.
And there's a handball against Kristall Ingerson. The ball squirts up and hits him there. just bounces up onto his arm. Colwell is battling with the ball and concedes that free kick.
Speaking about a Wales change, it looks like someone's getting stripped now.
Yeah, there is some activity on that bench. We'll wait to see who comes on. Baker and Tom Davis between them don't quite get the ball away. Joe Lowe comes across and shields it out. Just a shoulder to shoulder there between Matt Baker and David Johansson. Just the coming together, nothing more than that. Colwell was being grappled there by Logie Robertson, and Ruben Colwell does win the free kick. It's been a running battle in that second half between those two. Charlie Savage lofts it towards the far end of the penalty area. Joe Lowe did head it on. It falls again, this time to Owen Bevan. Tom Davis lays it back to Charlie Savage. Towards the far post it goes again, and the header over the bar from Luke Harris ends that attack. Luke Harris at the far post. Couldn't quite keep the header down. Wales are still keeping disciplined here in their shape. That's a free kick given away by Ollie Hammond, and will be another substitution now for Wales. Ollie Hammond departs, and Eli King will come on in his place.
I think he's been excellent tonight. I'm actually shocked he's been the one to make way. I think he's full of energy in there, especially going into this last 15. I know fresh legs. No, I think Ollie Hammond's been excellent this evening.
There's a change for Iceland as well. Two more substitutions coming on. Sigurd Palsson is on for David Johansson. And Anton Ludvigsson has also entered the fray. That's a searching ball in behind. Tom Davis gets half a clearance. Val Geirson leaves it to Baldursson, the captain. And Iceland play it all the way back. Wales just keeping their shape, closing those gaps.
Yeah, since the sending off, they've shown really good discipline, Wales. Certainly out of possession. 5 there, you can just see they're just working together to close them gaps to make sure that Iceland can't penetrate through the centre.
Well, they've got a corner. The touch there off Tom Davis concedes the corner.
Big 12 minutes.
Well, it's another opportunity for the visitors. Andri Baldursson will take this one into the front post. It isn't convincing, but there will be an opportunity to shoot, and another block from Finn Stevens. Throws his body in the way there.
Great defending from the skipper, leading by example. It's on target as well.
Beach has to punch that one away. More defending being asked of Wales now. It's a sloppy touch from Baldursson, but Charlie Savage does win a throw-in out of it.
Take defending like that in the last 10 minutes. I'm sure Iceland will come forward and apply the pressure.
Ball's flicked on there by Ruben Colwell. Eli King, the substitute, helps it forward. Colwell again chasing. It's not perhaps a conventional clearance there, but Iceland keep possession. And that ball from Andri Baldursson will run out for a throw-in. The captain again losing possession, perhaps just trying to force the issue a bit too much. There's a crowd of 742 here to watch at Rodney Parade tonight. I'm sure they'll be happy with the scoreline as it stands. Val Gibson, the right back, out to the substitute, Sigurd Palsson. It's a lovely touch into the captain, who curls an effort right past the post, Andri Baldursson. Well, that was the opportunity of the second half for Andri Baldursson. He creates the space.
Some good football, a 1-2. Like you said, he's created the yard, and I genuinely had my heart in my mouth. I thought it was in for a moment. It's a let-off. Some really good football from Iceland.
Well, Eddie Beach, the goalkeeper, was scrambling. I'm not too sure that he knew whether that was on target or not. And Andri Baldursson will rue that opportunity that has gone past. Baldursson, incidentally, is also the most experienced senior player in this Iceland Under-21 team. He's got 9 caps for the full team.
There we go, just good interlinking it with the striker. 1-2, he cuts inside.
It opens up nicely for him, doesn't it? To see that far post, but perhaps just enough pressure on him from the Welsh defence. There's a foul and another free kick. Owen Bevan, the offender there. It's into the box again. It's a dangerous ball into the middle from Kristall Ingerson. Fortunately for Wales, they get it away. But Ingerson again, a lively presence in that Icelandic attack.
Owen Bevan, clearance.
And there's another substitution for Wales here. Ruben Colwill is leaving the field. And on in his stead for the last few minutes, Chris Popoff, who plays for Leicester. Popov will lead the attack then for the final 10 minutes or so. Good feet here by Valgeir Valgeirsson. Looks for another crossing opportunity in towards that far post. He was looking for Juric.
Great header by Stevens.
Alderson to Carlson. It's out to Juric on the left again. Juric with a cross in. Important header from Joe Lowe that still is not cleared. Now it is by Charlie Savage. Well, that didn't quite bounce kindly for the substitute. Juric again, trying to dink it into the box. Bevan had perhaps more time than he thought there. The clearance eventually is put out for a throw-in, taken quickly by Iceland.
Working so hard, Wales out of possession. Each and every one of them players.
Balderson again.
And the ball back there. Brilliant work.
There's a free kick here now for Wales. Forceful challenge, but nothing more than that. Alderson, you can see, is keen to make something happen. It was Valgeirsson who conceded the foul in the end. You can see the scoreboard glowing on the top of your screen there. Still 1-0 to Wales. Chris Popov going up for that header. Not quite winning that one. The ball is now with Luke Harris, who tries to look for Tom Davis. He's still battling for it. He's done very well there, the Fulham youngster. Tom Davis now to Charlie Savage. Into the box it goes. Didn't quite reach Chris Popov. Eli King then loses the ball, and there's a chance here for an Iceland counter-attack. Gudmundsson to Juric. And Wales get back into shape. Juric looks for support. Dinks the cross in. It's a dangerous ball. And there's an offside decision against Ari Sigurpálsson, who had snuck in there.
Just went a little bit too soon. Good line by Wales as well, holding on the 18 yards. Always a sigh of relief when you look over and the flag's been raised. Certainly at this time in the game, holding on.
Alderson on the ball again. Out it goes to Ludvigsson, who's come on in the left back position for Iceland. And it's a lovely switched ball across, looking for Valgeirsson. He won't quite reach that one. Another let off for Wales. Two minutes to go of the 90, and Wales are holding on at the moment. Valgeirsson loses possession. Chris Popov doesn't have support. He'll have to keep it himself and play that ball down the line. Well, he's done well to find the corner there and force Olafur Helgason to come for it. Difficult to see what else he could have done in that situation.
It's really tough as that lone striker, isn't it? Your teammates are just sitting in, ready for the next onslaught, and you just got to keep it up there for as long as you can. So yeah, a few more seconds saved there.
Valgeirsson slips and concedes possession. Charlie Savage again looking for Chris Popov. The outlet in the Wales attack. Back come Iceland. Carlson, the centre back, to his defensive partner Logie Robertson. Lunar Carlson now. It's a nice ball to Sigurd Palsson. Back it goes to Robertson. And again a sloppy pass gives Wales a little bit of a respite. And now we come again. There will be 7 minutes of additional time at the end of this game.
7 minutes.
There was that injury to the goalkeeper, of course, Adam Benedictson, and the red card incident which led from that for the Wales striker Josh Thomas.
Still hoping for something nicer than 7.
An incoming Iceland corner, headed clear, helped along, not quite by Finn Stevens. Good touch here. Iceland come again. Out it goes to Sigurd Palsson, back to Gudmundsson. Gudmundsson once again. Into the box it goes, Juric with the header. It's a firm header from Daniel Juric, but straight at Eddie Beach, the goalkeeper. It's a comfortable save in the end, but again it's a cross into the box that causes that Welsh defence problems.
Yeah, it's caused problems all night. Good delivery from Iceland again. Lucky for Wales, it was just straight at Beach.
Bevan lays it down that channel. Harris trying to give it back to Finn Stevens. Lovely play from Wales. Eli King is on the ball and will keep it in the corner for as long as he can. Not very long. Iceland regain possession. Valgeirsson, the right back, comes into the middle of the park. That's a lovely pass out now to Sigurd Palsson. Crosses it into the far post. And the flick of a shot from Kristell Ingerson. Well, I think he tries to flick it in with his heel. I'm not sure whether that was the best option.
More good play down this right-hand side. It's another good cross. He's free. He's gone for the spectacular instead of just trying to volley through it.
Well, it means
they let off the Wales and straight at Beach.
There are shouts for a pull on Chris Popov. Won't be given by the referee, Anthony Bandic. We will play on. Iceland attack down the left-hand side now. Juric sees the overlapping run from Ludvigsson. Cuts it back. Into the box it goes, that effort from Andri Baldursson has trickled out for a goal kick.
I'm not sure if Savage has actually won the ball there. We'll have to see it again.
That's another opportunity for the captain, Andre Balderson, who receives that cut back, but actually does just put it wide. Good pressure on him from Charlie Savage.
Substitution for Iceland in the field, number 2, Valgeir Valgeirson, and in place will be number 17, Oscar Borgþórsson.
And there's a final change possibly for Iceland. Oscar Borgþórsson is on in place of the right back Valgeir Valgeirsson. Iceland now throwing as many bodies forward as they can. We have less than 3 minutes of the additional time remaining. Here is the substitute, Borgþórsson. Back it goes. And Borgþórsson sets it. Logie Robertson puts it into the box. Headed away by Owen Bevan, helped on by Eli King. And Eli King now looks for Chris Popov. Unfortunately for the striker, that runs out for a throw-in. King's pass wasn't quite accurate enough. Daniel Juric attacks down the left again for Iceland. He's been a bright spark since coming on, but slips there and concedes possession. And now there's plenty of grass for Luke Harris to run into, but you can perhaps see that he's getting tired as well. He loses possession. And Stevens wins it back.
Put in tonight. Each and every one of them worked extremely hard, and when you get the ball like Harris has there, it's so difficult. And like you say, you're just buying down the time. A minute and a half left on the clock. Credit to Wales though, I think their shape's been excellent since they've gone down to 10 men. Their work rate, their enthusiasm, their talking.
Juric's crossed
Just
in.
needs to do another minute.
Header away there by Owen Bevan again. It's a deep one this time, too deep. And Wales will be happy to see that one go over their heads all day long. Overhit cross by Juric. There's a minute left to play and time's running out for that man, David Jonasson. Matt Jones, on the other hand, will be very pleased with how things are going. You can see Joel Cotterill on the bench has stripped off. Is there one more substitution to come for Wales? The ball is out for a throw to Iceland. And Tom Davis needs a bit of stretching here. Davis has done well on his Wales Under-21's debut, hasn't he?
Really well. Like I said, I think every Welsh player has been exceptional. Certainly the second half, I think the work rate and the shape's been brilliant, but for Davis to slot in, and not easy to come in for someone like Owen Beck, who's been brilliant for the 21s, obviously went out with the first team. So to get his assist, you know, to fingers crossed stay for the clean sheet, 3 points, he'll be delighted.
Yeah, Owen Beck serving a yellow card suspension for this game.
It just shows again for Wales, and they've always got that pathway, but when you lose a player, you look at the quality again that comes in, and that just shows, you know, how good it is for Welsh football. You've got players stepping in, you've got players moving to the first team, coming back down. So yeah, the future looks really bright indeed.
Well, we've played 30 seconds over the additional time, and the referee, Anthony Bandage, decides that is enough. Wales hold on to the 1-0 win. It was Joe Lowe's header in the first half that has secured those 3 points. Wales are now 4 games unbeaten in the group, 2 wins, 2 draws, and more importantly, they've replaced Iceland at the top of that group, handing them their first defeat of the campaign. It was a battling performance, wasn't it?
It was. Second half, you know, as soon as you go down to 10 men, it's so difficult, but them Welsh lads out there, they were brilliant, they were organised, and they really had to start working hard and get around that pitch. And credit to them, that's a brilliant clean sheet, because Iceland caused problems going forward, some good interlinking play. Matty Jones will be delighted, and yeah, now they can rest up tomorrow and then start preparations for Monday's fixture.
Yes, on Monday they will be back here on Rodney Parade to face Denmark, who they played in the opening game of their campaign. It was a 2-2 draw then. They'll be hoping for a similarly positive result on Monday night, and they've now played every single one of their group opponents. They're unbeaten. Matty Jones will be delighted with the way things are going at the moment. It's been a promising Under-21s campaign so far, and hopefully there'll be more to come.